everyone! I am very excited for today's video. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Today we are going to be fixing multiple little things I have been meaning to fix for eons and I just keep not getting to them, and I thought, actually, if I make a little to-do list of like 5 little things I want to fix and I do them with you, I'll actually get them done. So we're in my back room that one day, if you can imagine it or not, this is gonna be a beautiful living room. But right now it's just my back room. And I am gonna get some spackle. We're spackling it up. And then I'm gonna need one of these guys. I choose this one. We're gonna fix a hole in my wall that I've been meaning to fix 5 ever, as they say, sorry. And let's go upstairs. Okay, so we're in my upstairs hallway because I made some holes over here. So I had a motion sensor LED light here for a while, and then a smoke detector here for a while, and then when I worked on this wall, I removed them, but I didn't have time to spackle these. So I'm also noticing when I painted, there's a bit of like a mess there. So the first thing I'm gonna do is scrape this a bit to just kind of get it down. If I need sanding paper, I will also do that. And then the reason we're doing this one first is because the spackle needs time to dry. And the spackle that I use, I always like getting the pink one because first of all, it helps you see exactly where you've put spackle because it's like a bright, happy, gummy pink, but then it dries perfectly white. So then you kind of also have a gauge of when it has basically dried. Okay, the spackling has been spackled. You can already see it starting to dry because only the centers where it's thickest are still pink. So now I'm going to let this really dry for a few hours and I'm gonna move on to my next task, which I'm so excited about. I'm excited about for 2 reasons. First of all, it's so pretty. Second of all, I really should have had this already. And it is a lock for the bathroom. We don't have a lock. So I renovated this beautiful little room a couple of months ago, and a big part of that was moving this door. This door used to be on this side, and it also didn't really have a lock or a latch. Like it just had a little, I don't know, like a little hook thing that was so stupid. But anyway, so then we moved the door and I was like, okay, I need to get a lock for it. And I just haven't. Part of it was because I wanted to get one I'd really like. And part of it was just because there's a million things to do. But I found an unbelievable one. I think it's just the prettiest thing ever. So I'm super thrilled about this. When I bought it, I did know that sadly I would not be able to use this part of it because the door closes inward. If this door was flush with the wall, this pretty piece could go like this. But because it's not, because I made the executive decision that I would rather have this door open into this little hallway that is useless. It's pretty useless, like use up the door space as opposed to infringing on the bathroom space. Especially because this door is open most of the time to let in the light and everything. So I was like, we wouldn't want this door open all the time, just wasting space in the bathroom. So I'm happy with the way the door opens, but it just means that this guy has to just be flush with here. So the first thing I need to do is pencil where my drill is gonna go. Then I need to make pilot holes, and then I screw this thing in. Once the actual lock has been placed, I'm marking out where I need to drill onto the other side, and then I'm making that hole. And if I did it all right, we should have a locking bathroom. Okay, I'm very excited because I'm not even showing you the giant mess I've made. I'll deal with that later. But look, first of all, the door closes unimpeded. And then, most importantly, we're in. You can't get in here. This place is, it's locked. So that is huge. That's awesome. And it's also beautiful. Like That's stunning. I'm obsessed with that. Yay! So now that we have a walk-in bathroom and life feels good, on to our next task, which is these command strips. We're just moving slightly over into this closet. This was a project I also just did a couple of months ago, and I'm so thrilled with how this room turned out. It's just so useful, but it's also really pretty. However, when I made that video, when I tell you I had hundreds of people who were so mad at me. Okay, maybe it wasn't hundreds, but definitely dozens of people that were so mad at me for not hiding all of these cords better. I was like, yeah, I'll get to that eventually, but people were like, it ruins the entire effect. I was like, I don't know if I go that far. But it is time. So for everyone out there who is very stressed about these cords, this is your moment. I'm gonna be using these little guys. This is obviously not sponsored. I'm just showing you what I'm using because I often get questions, and these are literally meant to hold up wires and cords and stuff. So first of all, I need to fix these because they're tipping over. It had some sort of a command strip thing that has totally not worked. So I'm gonna screw those down, but then the main thing is we're gonna hide these cords. So the first thing I did was remove that top shelf and correctly screw on the lights to the shelf. They look so much better. They're so stable now. And it was another time when I was grateful that I made the shelves removable because it made it so easy to work with. Then I started on the cable management, attaching all of the little clips and pinning all of the cords. This actually took a really long time. Cable management is so frustrating, but in the end, it all looks so tidy. And here we are at the end of this little project. It looks fantastic. These guys are so sturdy now, which is awesome. And this shelf is now way more usable because it has way more room now that I've like properly tucked away all the cords. And yeah, it just looks super neat. Tidy, efficient. I do know that I have the option, of course, of painting the white cords the dark blue to match the wall, and that would blend them in even more. But for now, I'm very happy with this upgrade. I'm gonna think about whether I want to do that or not. But for now, yeah, this looks super good. Before we move on to the next thing I'm gonna fix, let's hear a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Wayfair. I'm sure you've heard of them. They're a furniture retailer that has probably any piece of furniture you can imagine. But what you might not know, or maybe you do know because I've been mentioning them throughout last year, is that I have been making a little history series on their YouTube channel, and the new and final episode has just come out. This is the episode on the history of industrial design. So if you want to check it out, it's the last episode in this series. It is linked down below, and there's miniatures. There's miniature furniture. Thanks to Wayfair for sponsoring this video. The link is down below. Let's cut back to the project. Thanks to Wayfair for sponsoring this video. We are now going to fix some paint. Okay, I have my paint, and the first thing I need to fix is this little guy right here. And there we have it. Very simple solution. I must have just painted it blue when I painted that closet and not noticed until like days later, and I was like, it's been like that for weeks. But yeah, I think I'm gonna need a second coat, but I'll do that off camera. Let's consider this done. Okay, I am back in the upstairs hallway because I need to fix the very bottom inch of this wall. I made a video where we basically perfected this wall. However, I didn't do the bottom inch, and it's for a very simple reason. I really hate taping. I do not enjoy the process of taping. I find it very frustrating. But it's only a couple of feet. It should be in a straight line, so it should be totally fine. I'm usually not very careful when I'm staining the wood floors because I know I'm gonna be painting the wall afterwards or patching it up, and so that's what happened. There's all of these like brown stains across the bottom from the floor stain that I just need to cover with paint. So, tape time. I'm just filming that you're helping me pull screws out. I mean, nails out.
This guy's out. Is there another one?
No, those were all of them.
Hey.
Thank you. We are back where we started. So this has dried. It's probably been, I started it in the morning. It was like 11:30 and now it's 4. So it's been many hours and it's good and dry. So now it's time to sand it. I'm gonna be using this to just try and minimize the mess a little bit. But I'm gonna sand this down to make it nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna paint it. We did it! We got so much done. I am so happy that we did this video because number one, it was really fun to kind of do everything alongside you, but also I finally got these things done that I have truly been meaning to do forever. So please, in the comments below, please let me know what is a little project that you have been meaning to do forever. And I am wishing upon you a weekend where you might get a few hours to just finally tackle it like I did. It's just one little thing at a time. I think this is the problem where often we feel like, you know, we have to finish the entire project, but just one little thing at a time gets it all done. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch up with you next time. Bye.